Hello there, in this video I will be testing out these Artistro paint markers and this pack of Ohuhu skin tone markers. You are not a very nice old man!
So I was mindlessly browsing on Amazon when I found these. Suspiciously cheap paint markers. Less than $10 for 36. Let's try them out. 25 Posca markers can cost up to $50. So I'm really curious to see how these are. The reviews are really high too, like over 4.5 stars I think. These were less than $10. Granted, I think they were on sale, but not on sale. It said they were still only $15. Oh, nice. The brand is Artistro. Seems to have the same instructions as Posca's. You shake it and then pump the tip to get the paint to start flowing. Looks like you can paint on all the same surfaces as a Posca paint marker. Let's see how these do. I'm kind of worried that they'll end up being dried out or runny or something, because they were less than $10. Focus, little buddy. Dude, focus. Oh, they don't have that little shaker ball inside that Posca's do. That nice clacky. Yeah, no little shaker ball. There's a wide tip and a really skinny tip. Here's the wide tip. It's already flowing, so it doesn't look like I'll have to prime this end. Oh, that's a nice bullet nib. I like that. That'll be good for outlines, and then the brush nib will be good for filling stuff in.
The order that the markers came in annoyed me, so I rearranged them by rainbow order.
I caught a mouse.
To test out the markers, I found this little wooden box from the Dollar Tree. I quickly sketched out a wolf and got started with painting. The paint is thinner than a Posca, but thicker than just any old alcohol or water-based marker, and they actually layer on top of each other pretty well without mixing or blending or being too thin. Like, they're opaque enough to go over the black and undo some mistakes. But they were still thin enough that it needed a few layers to go over the wood so that the wood wouldn't just absorb it all away. The 36 pack had enough color options for me. There were a lot of purples, in my opinion. I don't use purple very much, but I didn't think that they were lacking in any other color groups, so that was okay with me. I found that you couldn't color too fast with these if you were trying to cover a big spot. You have to go slow and let it flow, otherwise you'll think it's dried out, when really there's plenty in there. You just need to let it have a chance to actually come out of the nib. Here's the finished box. It's pretty cute. The background is a random idea. I'm not really sure where that came from. I don't really like the stars I painted on the inside. I think I will probably fill that in entirely in yellow later. But I'm pretty happy with this little box. Moving on to the next art supply that I will be testing. I bought these because a lot of my skin tone markers have dried out on me, and I have a really hard time finding light browns. Browns are just always too dark or too orange or too dead looking for me. Like, I just need a nice warm light brown that I cannot find in any of the marker sets I have right now. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy this set and see if it does what I want it to. This set has 36 markers, 1 colorless blender, 1 swatch sheet, and 1 paper protector.
Ooh, that might be the light brown I've been looking for my entire life. Execute order 66. Old mahogany. Sandstorm. Oops, that was sandstone. Where's sandstorm? Ah, sandstorm. That's sandstorm and that's sandstone. Swap. Caput mortuum. That means dead. It's the color of a zombie? I guess.
And here's the finished swatch sheet. You can see how good I am at coloring in the lines. To fully test out these markers, I needed to draw somebody. I'm going to see if you can guess who I drew. Comment with a timestamp to tell me your guess. 15 points to whoever gets it first. I wanted to draw someone with a good range of peach tones, so I could work with the light colors and the light browns, and someone who also had some interesting hair. I almost drew Rapunzel with her short brown hair, but I draw a lot of people with brown hair already, and I decided that I would rather draw a redhead, because there were some interesting orange tones in that set. I also don't have any ginger original characters. I have some like red auburn characters, but I don't have any true redheads. She is a Disney princess, but she's not actually on the official Disney princess list, but she's a Disney princess in my heart. She has red hair, blue eyes, and talking animal friends. The dress she's typically portrayed in is pink, but I chose to do her blue one from about halfway through the movie. This movie came out in 2007, and I watch it every year when I carve jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know why that became the tradition, but this movie's good enough to watch once every year. This movie is Disney making fun of itself, but in a loving way. It follows a stereotypical Disney princess who gets sucked into the real world, into New York City, and then she has to deal with all that. Last chance to type in your guess before I reveal who it is. This is Giselle from Enchanted. If you've never seen Enchanted, I highly recommend it. It's sweet and funny, and it has a plot that's actually pretty similar to Elf. Once I got into coloring her skin and her hair, I fell in love with these markers. They are so nice, and there's such a broad range of colors that I've never been able to find in packs of multiple colors. I think the best way to find skin tones is to just buy a separate skin tone set for all the extra lights and darks and hair colors and the different shades of pink and orange and yellow. There's just nothing like it. I finally have some super light peaches that I can use as a base layer to build up color, and now I have some light browns that are just light enough to shade the peach colors and not too dark or too orangey. I'm so glad I just finally bit the bullet and bought these. I got these on Amazon for $20. They are specifically the Ohuhu 36 pack with a bullet nib and a chisel nib. I have Ohuhus with brush nibs, but I found out I don't actually like brush nibs. They're too soft and flexible, and I just like the small, stiff bullet nibs better. Her hair and skin I entirely did with the Ohuhu skin colors, but for the rest of her clothes and stuff, I just did my other random mix of alcohol markers. And then later for the little pink flowers, I use a Prismacolor. Alright, and Giselle is done. Let me know what you think of her in the comments. I drew her in my style instead of the Disney style, because I like my style better. I'm not sure what's going on with the lighting in this part. I tried to fix it, but then I made it look worse. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!